Hey guys, and welcome to another reactions video. So they've, as you can see at the top there, we've got the Star Wars Battlefront 2 reveal trailer. I don't think it goes for the 2 minutes that they've got here. 2 minutes and a half. But we'll watch and see what's going on. So I've watched the teaser. The teaser was about 30 seconds. And it was leaked about Wednesday, Thursday last week. So I'm hoping this is the full trailer. There's actually 2 other ones as well that we'll probably check out. But we'll do this one first and see how that goes. So I'm going to hit play. This is my first viewing. So let's hit play and yeah, see what happens.
I've waited 30 years for this. I still remember my last orders. The day the real war began.
The rebellion cannot be allowed to persist. We weren't expecting special forces.
That's the point, Sergeant.
Impossible.
Commander, what do we do now?
We avenge our Emperor.
Resistance. Rebellion. You will burn these ideas away.
Hope cannot save them!
Well, that was pretty good. So this is obviously the story. Even though it's the reveal trailer, it's obviously possibly like the story reveal. Like it had a bit of everything, multiplayer and whatnot. They're still claiming that's the in-game engine. Hopefully it is. Like it looked pretty similar to original Battlefront. But yeah, look, let's go through the trailer very quickly here. So we've got the nice opening, dice, EN dice, motive and creation, creatron. Not sure how that's pronounced, but yeah. So it starts off with the clouds. And then we move in. We've got the First Order base to start. So whether maybe the story will kind of start here, and then they'll go like flashback to the second Death Star. So whether it'd be interesting to see, because like if that's where they're starting, it's a shame that they haven't got the other parts of the story. So Death Star 1, Hoth, Cloud City. Well, we might see Cloud City because that's in the same. Well, I guess it is the film before, isn't it? But But yeah, look, this looks like the movie pretty much, on a smaller scale. There were a lot more stormtroopers that they obviously haven't put in, but looks good. We can see the stormtroopers there, so the First Order stormtroopers. And then we've got probably our main character here, so the female special unit soldier. This Imperial shuttle, I don't think this type of shuttle was ever used in the original trilogy. I think it is a New Age shuttle, but it's not the Kylo Ren flagship, because it doesn't have, well, nearly not big enough, because this is a Star Destroyer here, and this is just I don't know, like a cruise ship or something. But it looks good. It looks like it fits more in with the new age Star Wars. Obviously the big Death Star here that's being constructed. It's interesting to see. Just to point out, it's interesting to see how this Death Star was built compared to the first one. I know we don't see that in the movies, but if you read the book called Catalyst, I think it's called, they actually talk about how they built the entire equator first as like a big piece, and then they sort of build down and then up, and then they put the dish in. Whereas this one, they've got the dish in straight away, and it doesn't look like it's always been hard to tell because you don't really see the back of the Death Star at all, but it doesn't look like they've built the entire equator. I could be wrong. Maybe they have, and it's just very thin around the back there, but it's cool. So yeah, obviously dish was the main priority in the second building of the Death Star. So we've got shots of the Death Star. We've got our special forces landing on Endor. I like their see if we can get a clear shot of their uniform. That's alright. So they've got the normal Stormtrooper blaster. They look like a normal Stormtrooper. They have less armor. Just the sort of chest plate here. Some sort of insignia on the helmet. The red tint glasses or visor. And then they've got more of the TIE Fighter pilot's front, and not quite the TIE Fighter pilot helmet as well. Obviously it's more Stormtrooper in this helmet, because it doesn't have the breather apparatus, but nonetheless pretty cool. So they were obviously sent down to help with the fight. I mean, like, this is, I don't know if Battlefront is canon, but let's assume it is. They also came down to help with the fight, but too late, too little too late. So yeah, actually it is more TIE Fighter pilot, isn't it? Now that you look at it in the front, which is cool. Like, I really like the TIE Fighter pilot outfit. Communications Stormtrooper here, I think. And then we see the Death Star explode. Now, considering the size of the Death Star, this should put, like, it's pretty close. Like, it's, there's a tractor beam shield generator thingy going on around it previously. So it would have to be pretty close. I mean, it looks really big in the sky here. So I think something of that size with that explosive power would cause some sort of reaction down here, but that's just a little nitpicky. And she takes off her helmet. We get a better look at this character. I don't know if they'll do it because the books. Actually, I don't know, but I haven't read the rest of the Aftermath books, but there's a character in that called, I think, Race Stallone or something like that, and she's one of the remaining naval military leaders. Whether she goes back, maybe she started off now as this and has becomes rather an Imperial officer, not officer, like Moff, well, not Moff, maybe not that high, but like Admiral or something like that. It'd be cool, but I doubt that they would try and fit that in with her character, but we never know. This could be her. And then we've got the TIE fighters. Oh, so they are TIE fighter pilots, but they're also elite stormtroopers as well. That's cool. So they fly through the wreckage. They've got all the Star Destroyers there. They escape. Then we've got the Millennium Falcon on that planet with their cantina, I think it looks like. These scenes all flash back through really quickly. We've got some X-Wings and TIE fighters fighting in space, so we're getting our space battles finally. We've got a Y-Wing there, which is cool. We didn't fly Y-Wings in, well, I don't believe, I didn't get any of the DLC, but don't believe Y-Wings were a flyable ship in the previous games, so there's something to look forward to, even though they're not the greatest of ships, but they do have their purpose. Some more TIE fighter stuff. It's one of the Mon Calamari cruisers, I think. Got some explosions going on. It's very hard to skip through this trailer. Then we got this fella, and when this was going on, like, it sounds like the Emperor talking. Like, let's just play.
You will burn these ideas.
So I can't really see, but that definitely looks like a projected face, like on a glass head, but it could be, but it's just very pale. I don't think they'd introduce another Sith Lord, like, that doesn't really make too much sense. But this might be the point where she becomes an admiral for a Star Destroyer, which would be awesome. Then we see Luke here with his new lightsaber, so his green one. And they've obviously found him. The planet looks like it could be Tatooine, like he goes back to Tatooine, or maybe before he sees Jabba. But it's a little unclear. He's definitely a lot older though, so this could be him before his exile. But they've done a good job there. And then this lady again, sort of telling the stormtroopers something about, like, they don't let them rely on hope or something.
Cannot save them.
Hope will not save them.
Them cannot save them.
Hope cannot save them. The untold soldier's story. She's got this bit more of a introduction to the story that they're gonna go with, and then we've got some. So this here, I'm not entirely sure where this is, but we've got obviously walkers. So maybe maybe this is an indication that they're bringing back walker missions. I don't want to say it is on Coruscant, Coruscant, but then it was very heavily Imperial, like imperialized, I guess is the word, possibly. I thought that was a different walker there, but no, it's just the head of the AT-AT. So maybe they're trying to take control back of Coruscant. That's a hard one to tell. This one, could be the Battle of Jakku. We have a lot of Star Destroyers here. We do know that the Super Star Destroyer crashes down on Jakku. There's only one sun in this image, and the suns of Tatooine are quite close together. So this could be this Battle of Jakku that they're going to have, which would be awesome. And we've got just these poor X-Wings just getting flung out of the hangar bay here and drop into the skies. The original X-Wings, because they've got the full round... Are they? Hold on. No, my apologies. They are new age X-Wings, I think. Oh no, they're the old ones. The full round at the front. And then this looks like that again. That planet with the cantina with Maz on it. Bit more cockpit action. Some more space battles. Looks like they'll do a fight to destroy Starkiller Base. Then we've got Mos Eisley, and we've got... So in Battlefront 2, like the original Battlefront 2, not the New Age one, they did a map that was Hero Battle, and it was set in Mos Eisley. Now, there's no hint that that's what this is, especially because we see troopers in that, and I don't remember there being troopers in that mode. So we've got more. So this is what the teaser trailer pretty much showed. Was Darth Maul. So going back to Clone Wars, it didn't look like there was any Clone Wars stuff in the campaign. It's not to mean that there won't be in multiplayer, but it'd be a big shame if they didn't include it, because there are some interesting vehicles that are in the Clone Wars era, like the big roller droid tanks that the clone droids had. You've got the 6-legged elephant tank as well, and I know they're just like, it's a bigger but lower to the ground version of the AT-AT, but it's still an interesting vehicle. Like the gunships as well. Like the gunship for the clone troopers was cool. Like it's a dropship and it's a gunship. Like it was sick. So introduction to Maul, introduction to Yoda. They obviously didn't fight at all. And we were back on Endor possibly, but then again there was a jungle part to that planet that Maz was on. We've got a very quick shot of Rey coming in here, and then we do have, I guess this is Hoth, isn't it? So maybe Hoth will be in the multiplayer only. They're bringing back Tauntauns, which is cool. We've got some snow, some explosions, and then this kind of looks like the shield gate to Scarif. So that's cool that there might be some Scarif stuff in there as well. And then we've got the big final reveal of Kylo Ren doing his thing, lightsaber, and then the sick, very well modeled, detailed version of Kylo Ren's mask as well. It's very cool. And then that ends, and we get the Battlefront 2 logo, sort of very EA, very DICE there as well. we've already gone for 20 minutes, so I'm gonna move on to the next trailer. So I'm just gonna minimize that and just open this up, and we'll just see if it's any different and see if there's any different parts to it. So I'm just gonna head and play that and just shut up for a bit.
I've waited 30 years for this. I still remember my last.
Alright, so this isn't any different. So that was supposed to be, so that's the Battlefront 2 trailer, and this is the cinematic story trailer. So let me just play this to see if there's anything different here.
I've waited 30 years for this.
No, that looks exactly the same. I thought like they were just named differently, so I thought maybe that there was a difference. But we get a better picture of the trooper helmet there. There's here's the gameplay stuff here, so if you feel free to go back and look up this gameplay stuff, but I think that'll do for Battlefront. Like we've talked for 20 minutes about it, so look, I'll leave it there. So hopefully you had it was a good breakdown of the trailer, and I will catch you in the next one. There is a Rogue, a Rebels trailer. I'm just gonna see, try and read rather, just whether it's worth doing a reaction to that, but possibly not. But anyway, we'll leave it there, and I'll catch you in the next videos. Alright, cheers guys.